The most basic definition and idea of what architecture is that it's the art and science of designing structures and buildings. But these structures and buildings become spaces for human interactions, and these are where people live, feel, think, and connect. But what does it truly mean to design for people? We invited architect John Paul Aloy to share his insights on how architecture becomes a dialogue, how listening reshape design, and how true collaboration with communities creates spaces that uplifts lives.
Good day. I am architect John Paul Aloy. I am a registered and licensed architect based in Davao City. And I graduated from Manila University in March 2016. So I graduated cum laude. And now I'm currently working as part-time at Davao University. And I passed the licensure examination June 2018. And I landed in the 8th place to the exam. I do also private practice and projects for residential, commercial, and two types of it. Now I'm currently working for as project technical assistant for university. I am blessed to work with have this experience in the academy, in the private practice, and the government practice here in San Fernando. So, based on those experiences, so I got experiences and insights, particularly on the different aspects of the practice of architecture. My philosophy is architecture should serve people. Okay. And architecture is not as we usually there are always misconceptions about architecture that it's all about aesthetics and beautiful design, but also architecture is must respond to human needs. And I, as an architect, I believe that design is an act of empathy. That understanding the people's stories, kasi hindi naman tayo mag-design for our own satisfaction, satisfaction of our clients, for the stakeholders, and know their struggles also. You should understand your clients and also their aspirations. And you, as an architect, you have to translate it into meaningful spaces. Yan yung belief ko as an architect. What inspires me the most is seeing how architecture can empower people. Okay? There are certain aspects of architecture that when a space responds to its user, and when people feel seen, represented, or valued through your design. Also, I am a proud Ubu Manobo. Okay? And I work with several indigenous community. I realize how much wisdom and beauty they hold. Okay? In how they are built and how the indigenous communities relate it to nature. They are, yung natutunan ko sa kanila is they are more on the yung wisdom nila about nature. Nature-based talaga yung design. Yan, they consider nature as part of their real life design. So, yung wisdom nila is maganda sila. Tignan natin din yung practice na yun. Okay? And in how they see the space as part of their life and not to separate from it. Okay? And it made me reflect on how modern architecture can sometimes lose that connection. Okay? So as an architect and as my role as a professional, you can be someone to hold those or to combine those two worlds, the modern and the traditional. Okay? And working with the IP community has made me humble. It reminds me that as an architect, okay, we don't always have the correct answers. Yeah. Sometimes the best thing to do is listen and listen. Okay, not always speak. It always starts with humility. Okay, and also respect. Okay, before you enter the community, before you enter the site, okay, you don't come as the architect. Okay? I come in as a listener. Okay, I listen to their stories, observe their way of life. Okay, it's to understand them, and try to understand how they define comfort, security, and beauty, because we have different views on what is comfortable to us, what is secure to us, and what is beautiful. Okay, so you should understand it first, kasi baka yung interpretation ng beauty is iba pala sa gusto nila with what they call beauty. And because those meanings differ from one community to another, or from one person to other person, so you should understand it based on their own interpretation then, in order to immerse yourself of what they define in yun siya. Okay, and I also make sure to be involve them in every step, okay, or in every step of the design, okay, from identifying the needs to conceptualizing the solution. Okay, one of the greatest ethical duties or responsibility of an architect is do no harm. Okay, we must ensure that our designs do not erase, kasi ito nakakatakot yung design natin, mawawala niya yung cultural value. Okay, it should not erase culture, it should not displace communities, and impose our own vision of what's better. Okay? But instead, we must act as facilitators. Yan ang gusto kong sabihin kaya, facilitators, that helping people to find their own solution. And we have also the responsibility to advocate equality. Okay, and sometimes architects are the only professionals in the room that can articulate spatial justice. Okay, that especially when we are talking about marginalized people, marginalized groups. Okay, that we should advocate for equity. Okay, and the right of every people to live in a safe, dignified, and inclusive space. Okay? And when we design for marginalized groups, okay, we carry the weight of representation. It is a privilege, but also a profound ethical responsibility or obligation. Okay, I see it in a very promising future. I see it a very promising future ng community-based architecture. The world is slowly realizing that development without cultural context is empty. The future, for the indigenous communities, the future lies in empowerment. Kasi kung hindi sila ma-empower, yan, hindi na sila proud sila ng culture, and at the end, wala na lang siya. There should be a power out. Yung tinatawag natin na empowerment, that in architecture, in reclaiming their space and identity through collaboration. And also I think that the future of community-based architecture will be regenerative, meaning combining the modern innovation with the traditional wisdom. Technology can help, or the technology can help to preserve culture instead of replacing it. Okay? And we are also seeing young architects, especially with my students, nakikita rin sa kanila na they are more becoming socially conscious, and that gives me hope. Okay? And the future of community-based architecture is inclusive, participatory, and there's a sort of what we call deeply human. Okay? It is about going back to the essence of architecture. Okay, what's that? To build not just structures, but relationship and meanings. Do not chase for prestige. Okay? And instead of chasing for prestige, always chase for impact. Okay? And we should design with empathy. One mo tanong, pero sige lang. Total 30 is one. And we have to see architecture not just a profession, but a form of service. It is our vocation, it is our passion, okay? That you should treat architecture is not just a profession but also your passion and commitment, okay? And ito yung always na sinasabi ko, that always keep on learning and unlearn. It should be unlearned. Okay? And learning from people, you learn from your people, from different people, from places, learn from people, from places, in every places you visit. Learn also from nature. Okay? And the best architects are, for me, the best architects are those who do not design beautiful buildings, but those who help to build a more compassionate world.
In the end, architecture becomes most meaningful when we try not to know everything, but when we acknowledge that design is shaped by many ideas. Beauty matters, but purpose shapes what beauty becomes. When architects step back, listen passionately, and allow people's ideas and stories to guide the process, the design becomes a shared experience, not a solitary act. And architecture becomes more powerful when it not only serves the community, but also uplifts, dignifies, and empowers them.